Hello, guys. My name is An, and something that I've been meaning to do for a while is go over 30 lessons that I have learned in my 30 years of living. I recently made 30 last year, and I love being 30. Don't let that year scares you. It is, in my opinion, well, at least from my experience, one of the best time of my life. Um, and I had good times. So anyways, I've compiled 30 lessons that I have learned in my journey to self-development, as well as 30 lessons that I've learned as my time being a therapist. I have my trusted phone, so I'll be reading straight from it. There's some that I will go over and talk more in detail, and there's others that I'm not going to explain it. And I'm okay with that. So let's get started. Okay. So lesson number one, no is a full sentence. No doesn't require you to explain or justify. I know last year the hype was about boundaries, and for a good reason. We are not taught how to have healthy boundaries. They are important. Um, we need to identify those boundaries. I think too, boundaries is such a big word. It has a big weight behind it. And it doesn't have to be that big. Boundary is, for example, if you use your taste buds, if you don't like something, if you don't like, if you don't like cheese, you're not going to be trying cheese every single day to change your mind and change your taste buds about not liking cheese. You just don't like it. Same thing with boundaries, but um, with the more untangible items that we have in our life, the the items that we can't see, um, like our values and our comfort and our emotions, then those kind of get dismissed and not acknowledged as often as the physical boundary that we have, like our taste buds. Two, pick something of interest to you and follow it, whether that is hobby or career. Pick something. Pick something that you're interested in. Am noticing that I'm saying a lot. I want to reduce how often I'm saying. So if I say I'm going to self-correct. See, there it is. It's just a comfort word for me. Um, okay. Three. Curiosity is natural and it is healthy. Curiosity is normal and it's healthy. Four, the more you ignore your gut feelings, the weaker your listening skills to yourself will be. Yeah. And when I say listening skill, these are all the things that come into self-confidence, self-trust, um, what other self-esteem, all come from the gut. Start from the gut. So if you start to not listen to those gut feelings and that feeling of, you know what, I don't feel comfortable here, or you know what, I don't feel safe here. I really want to go. If we ignore those feelings oftentimes, then they begin to get diluted. And the more it gets diluted, the less stronger it will be. 5, your childhood does impact you, but it does not define who you are as a person. Does not define who you are as a person. You are responsible for who you are as a person, especially after the age of 18. I wholeheartedly believe that. 6, you can't change the family you come from. You can challenge their negative behavior. You can remove yourself, or you can radically accept them if they are not actively harmful. But you have to make a choice. And that choice is challenge their behavior, remove yourself, or radically accept them. Gotta make a choice. 7, if your family didn't express their feelings or opinions openly, the odds are you gotta work on your communication skills, Pookie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not just gonna come spring out of nowhere. It means that you haven't had the opportunity, the safe space to express those feelings, to express those opinions. So if they've been repressed in childhood, they're most likely repressed in teenagehood and also repressed in adulthood. So then making it not an octave, an active, um, I'm gonna give myself a slide, making it an active effort to work on communication. 8, safety is everything. I'm so paranoid about it not being recorded. So I look to my left to make sure that it's being recorded because I'm not doing this again. 8, safety is everything. No need for further explanation. 9, your environment does matter. Toxic environment does nothing good for us. And we have to identify those toxic environments if you are in a toxic environment. But your environment does matter. I'm outside. There will be bugs. 10. The person you're in a romantic relationship can either improve your self-esteem or damage your self-esteem. The person that you are in a romantic relationship with can either improve your self-esteem or damage your self-esteem. 11, friendship is constant work and it looks differently in every stage of your life. If you value friendship, if you want to have friends, we're gonna talk about that low maintenance, high maintenance relationship thing that has been going on. I have my thoughts on it. I just say that. But I also do believe that it is work. And if you want your friendship to be healthy, if you want it to look a certain way, you got to put in that time and energy for it to be what you want it to look like. 12, reading is important. Exposure to diversity in reading is extremely important. And this is a personal lesson for me. I used to read lots of self-development books. As a therapist, I guess that's how I got into the field. Um, they used to interest me, and not to say they're not good, they are good, but now I've been reading more fictional books and the things I'm learning from fiction, you know? And I'm reading books for fun and I'm being introduced to different characters and being introduced to different lifestyles and just different thought frames, and I love it. I love it. And I wouldn't have, and I'm a TV bug. I love watching TV and I just do. I love TV. I love social media. But the things that you get from books is uncomparable. In my, nope, I'm gonna have to stick on that one. In my living experience. 13. Learning is constant. The moment you stop learning, the moment your brain start rotting. Your brain needs that challenge. Our brain thrives off it being challenged. Not too much, not too much, not too much. I'm a girl, but it needs to continue to build connections, neural pathway, neuroplasticity, and that works through learning and being introduced to different things and challenging your brain past the point of comfort so that it develop that connection it needs to develop. I'm about to look to the side and see if my neighbor's outside. She's not. Okay. 14. Arrested development is a thing that happens in traumatic childhood or events. It does limit you from developing chronologically in your age. Talk to your therapist about that one. 15, the people that are important to you in your life need to know that they are important to you in your life. Effort matters. I said it again. 16, you don't need to have all the answers in this moment. That's okay. I always say whenever you are looking for something or processing something, I think sometimes we give ourselves that expectation if you need to know the answer now. You don't need to know the answer now. You may then you may introduce your brain to the problem, and the brain needs to process that problem, and the brain needs to sit on that problem and think about different solutions, and give it that time and space for it to think about different solutions. And once you do, an answer will come. If you're listening, if you're listening, back to that gut feeling. Remember, you gotta continue to be with the self so that whenever your gut is talking to you, you're able to listen to it whenever it's in a fearful state. And if so, you could also listen to it when it's in a calm state. And it'll give you what you need. 18. Oh no. 17. You don't you don't know how to love. You may think you know how to love, but you don't know how to love. That's bold. And I'm gonna just leave it right there. 18. Identify your apology language for yourself and others, because that's important. People, we talk about love language a lot, but there's also apology languages, and you need to know what they are. And you need to know when you, I don't know if you to allow you to curse, but when you fuck up, and how you apologize when you fuck up, and how you take ownership of your mistakes, and identify when people around you, when they fuck up, and when they do fuck up, what do you do? Do you address it? Do you want change actions? Do you want acknowledgement? Do you not want acknowledgement? Do you want acknowledgement of change behaviors? Those are important conversations that need to be had. But before you can even have that conversation, you have to know what it is that you need and what it is that you are asking from them. Being in nature is so interesting. Just little random things just drop up. No, I'm getting distracted. Okay. 19. Detach from your brain. Your brain is an organ, and it is an organ to help you function. Learn it as an organ. Learn its strengths and weaknesses. 20. Your brain can be user-friendly or it can be a war zone. Either one is mental gymnastics. You pick. 21. Living in your head is time theft. 182. Living in the future is time theft. Living in the past is also time theft. And I'm gonna go ahead and explain that. When we are living in our head, we're not present in the moment. Same thing when we're living in the future and when we're living in the past, we're not present. We're not actively engaged in the thing that we're doing. And the reason that is time theft is because um well, honestly, your memory is not as sharp. So your memory is not as sharp. You're not able to recall the moment that you are in. Those connections doesn't really latch on. And so therefore you're not present. And it feels like the thing that you did gets wasted. So it's a time theft. You wasted your time. You might as well be at home. No. You don't have to be at home. You could be at home and still have your time get stolen by being in your head, the future and the past. 24. Identify your values. 25, understand them. 26, live them out. They are your guide to decision making. So the values thing, I'm learning a lot in my current stage of life. Bugs are everywhere. I have to welcome them because this is their home. Um, the values. When someone asks you what your values are you able to identify them? Um, if not, that's okay. Start thinking about what they are. And once you start thinking about your values and you start thinking about the definition of the word and think about, okay, well, what does this look like? How does this apply to me? How does this apply to me in relationship with a partner? How does it apply to me in my relationship with my friends and my family? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I value it? Um, people say things are their values, but they don't stand behind them. You don't stand behind them. And you can kind of tell by your behaviors and the way you live your life. For example, honesty is your value. This is a big one. Then I won't tolerate dishonesty. If I value honesty, then I'm going to have to be honest within myself. Then I have to be honest with people that I love. And I have to be honest in the spaces that I occupy. And that's different than discernment. It's different. It's different than also spilling your guts out. It's just honesty with your words. Um, impeccable with your words. That's the 4 agreements we have it. But if I am honest, then if I am dishonest with something, it's going to cause some form of discourse within me and some form of dysfunction. And it wouldn't sit well with me. And that's how you know that you're not living within your values. But you have to also identify your values to kind of know what's going on within yourself. 27. If you own your decisions, you also have to take ownership of the consequences. 28. How you talk to yourself matters. And this is the bread and butter for my practice. We work on self-talk. We work on identifying negative self-talk. We work on identifying inner critics. We work on strengthening your coach and strengthening your cheerleader because the way you talk to yourself matters. And I'm gonna use myself for example. This is earlier I said this is, the lesson that I've learned from therapy and also from personal life. The way I talk to myself now compared to the way I talk to myself when I was 20, I am a different person because of that. I wasn't nice to myself. And we think that you got to be critical to do things. You got to be militant to get goals accomplished. You got to talk harsh to yourself. We don't do that anymore. Not on these side of the streets. On these sides, we are kinder. We are compassionate. We are understanding. We're loving. And because I am this way to myself, I am that way to the people I love. At least I try to be. Um, I am a kind of person, but that's also a value of mine. I care to be kind. Um, 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 um. So it's choice. It is a choice. However, if it is a value, if I care to be kind to others, I should also apply that to myself and be kind to myself. And that is how we live out our values. 30. This is your life. You can't be scared to live your life. You only get one. You only get one. You only get one life. And life is precious. Thank you guys for sitting through this. I don't know if it was painful. I tried. So hopefully get some good results. Let me know what y'all think. And let me know if you guys have any additional ones that you guys would like to add on to that. All right. Have a good one.